I wish that I could fly into the sky so very high, just like a dragonfly. I fly above the trees, over the seas, and all degrees, to anywhere I please.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody. Time for another day. Lonnie is good. Lonnie is very well. Looking forward to the weekend, other than possibly rain Saturday, but looking forward to the weekend.
Yeah. We've got a mishmash of a show tonight, so realistically, there's not a heck of a lot going on in the drone world. I've been chatting with some of my contacts, and they're asking me what I have. I'm asking them what they have, and quite frankly, that really there's not a lot in the consumer drone world that's going on. There's just a ton of stuff that's happening in the industrial or the professional market, but it's almost scary how quiet it is out there. So
yeah, well,
anything you've heard, Lonnie?
I've heard it's exactly the same. So yeah, hoping things change around. It's nice to hear a few rumors and stuff like that. Keeps everybody excited and on what's next.
Yeah, actually, it was funny because earlier today I watched a wannabe presenter talking about a article that was posted in Bloomberg about DJI possibly becoming American, and that just absolutely kind of blew me away, because I kind of thought that's not going to happen, So
no, don't think so.
Sorry, I'm just typing a message here. Anyway, that being said, a couple of things we're going to go over tonight. First things that I want to talk about is latest updates for both Android and iOS. And if you operate Android and you've got Android 11, you probably come across this already. But there's a lot of people that have been using the Android 11, which has a real serious compatibility issue with Go 4. Now, the upside is DJI has promised that there will be a new update released for the Go 4 app, which they're going to release on September 18th. Guess what? That's tomorrow. So expect an update for the Go 4 app tomorrow. If you have Android, you probably won't see it for the iOS guys. But who knows, because that being said, Apple kind of dropped a bomb on the whole world when they released iOS 14. And none of the app makers knew that the iOS 14 was coming, so very few makers have had any opportunity to check compatibility with iOS 14. So be very careful. If you're deciding to update to iOS 14, for now, I would probably hold off for a week or two, just to ensure that you have your compatibility. If you've already upgraded, well, let us know how it worked out for you. I'd be happy to hear. I'm sure everybody would, but
yeah, because usually when anything like that comes out, there's always issues for the first little bit. So
yeah,
I've always seen a second update within a month after.
You're referring to iOS, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's show. Yeah, well, I kind of think this is a show. Well, we're trying. We don't know if it's a show or not. You guys got to tell us. So,
yeah.
Anyway, let's move on to our main topic tonight. And then after we get on to the main topic, we're going to kind of do an open mic. So if anybody's got anything that they want to discuss, please feel free to use the link. I'm just going to paste the link again, and feel free to use that, and you can join in and ask whatever questions you want or talk about whatever you want, and we'll see if we can't make it a little bit entertaining and educational. But anyway, on to our main topic tonight. It was discussed about 900.06 as well as where you can. There's lots of confusing information out there about flying in Calgary with the Mavic Mini, and it's realistically it's pretty simple. I'm gonna just kind of show 900.06. That is probably the most confusing part, in the fact that the wording is pretty vague and it's really open to interpretation. Because if you look at 900.06, right, no person shall operate a remotely piloted aircraft system in such a reckless or negligent manner to endanger or likely to endanger aviation safety or safety of a person. And the one thing that I find is most confusing is this one word right here. Come on, you bugger. It's not gonna do it. But the word likely, because that whole thing is kind of like open to interpretation, is what's likely to cause a danger, right? So for the most part, I would have to say that just use your best judgment. You don't have to follow the rest of the car's regulation, i.e. as in height or distance. But remember, is that likely to cause a danger to people or aircraft? So common sense. Myself, I constantly and regularly fly my Mini at City of Calgary parks, because that is a great launching point. The Mini, yes, you can fly it pretty much anywhere, but you still have to get landowner permission. And the parks regulations that they put in early this year allows us to fly the sub 250s in most parks. And notice I say most parks. We've put up the link many a time on the actual release that they did. And I keep a copy of that actually in my drone case in case I get somebody that's uneducated, whether it's the public or more preferably somebody that's a law enforcement that says, like, well, you can't fly here, and I can turn around and say, well, yeah, actually I can, right? Here's my little piece of paper, and it says right on here that I can legally fly here. So because you will find that a majority of city police, nothing against them, but majority of them, they haven't been trained to deal with RPAS units. So and what cars regulation, they're not trained on that. They're trained on criminal law mostly, right? Traffic law, stuff like that. But having to deal with that, like, I really pity police officers because they've got so much to deal with that it's having to deal with that again. It's just so much. But
yeah, no, and you're absolutely right, Lauren. Like, the best thing to do is keep a copy of that in your drone case with your Mini. Also, yeah. I've also got a copy of that page you were just had up there with 9.06 highlighted. If something ever happens, you just like, here you go, right? Here you go. And just for those of you that don't know, I mean, some of the places you cannot fly is any park with pools. Riley Park is a no-no. Stanley Park is a no-no. Not sure of any other ones that have pools in them off the top of my head.
Wading pools.
Yeah, wading pools.
Yeah, no, it's not all pools. It's wading pools.
The wading pools, okay.
Yeah.
Stanley Park, Riley Park, right?
Yeah.
Both those. And then any park that they would consider for wildlife. Nose Hill Park, Fish Creek Park are the two biggest ones. Those are no-nos.
Well, not only that, but Fish Creek is provincial park.
Correct.
So,
No,
that's definitely out of it.
Yeah.
Now, somebody is asking, I don't know who Facebook user is, but somebody's asking landowner permission for taking off. Now, that's open to a lot of interpretation. And again, because what I've read on that indicates a taking off from the roadway is not allowed by a model aircraft or model airplane is the actual wording. Now, I've got into rather heated discussion with some individuals, and they said, well, the city hasn't updated the bylaw to include drones. And, well, that's all well and fine, but that's what the law states is model airplane. It does not include drones. So I interpret it different than somebody else.
Yeah.
The taking off from the side of road within the city, personally, I will do it because I'm willing to take my case to court because the actual law doesn't state drones; it states model airplane, right? So, again, it's my interpretation that I'm willing to defend. How heated was the conversation? Maybe heated is too strong of words, but we both had strong opinions. Let's call it that way. But have I ever had a show? Doug's asking, have I ever had to show bystanders or police? Yes, I have. And once I showed them the piece of paper, it was like, oh, I did not know that. And that was actually a police officer. So, and I said, yep. I said, that's the new law that came out in spring of this year. So we're allowed to, as long as it's a sub 250. And as you can see from the markings on the side of the drone, it's 249 grams. So it's definitely a sub 250. So. Yep. But yeah, and the thing being is don't get in a big heated match with somebody. Just take it calm, take it cool, and just say, look, I'm sorry, but I'm flying legally. If you're offended by it, I can move over 100 feet or whatever. If it bothers you that much, it's not worth getting into a big mess and match. But
no. But I mean, also it's to help them get educated towards drones as well.
Yeah. Well, Matt, thank you very much. Yeah, we try and put up a show with a little bit of information and a little bit of entertainment, and hopefully people get a little bit out of it. Who knows?
Some days.
So on that, I'm going to open it up. If anybody wants to get on and talk about whatever, come on in, join us. And we absolutely got no issue with anybody coming on. Just keep it clean and keep it respectful.
Well, now nobody's going to come on.
Oh, okay, the heck with it. Yeah. Okay, let's get dirty. Let's get down and dirty.
Drop the gloves, boys. Let's go.
Yeah. So, now, yeah. Well, again, as I said, if you're flying sub 250, then basically none of the other cars' regulations apply, which means you don't have to maintain line of sight You don't have a 400-foot ceiling, but keep in mind 900.06 about, are you likely to endanger aircraft or people? So if you can safely go beyond line of sight, then by all means, you're allowed to, right?
Yep.
But again, keep safety in mind. That's the key word there. Like, don't go flying over top the runway. Like, legally, you can fly there as long as you're not endangering aircraft, but don't. It just brings such a bad feeling.
Attention.
Yeah, bad attention. So
that's not what this group is about.
Yeah. So now Leo's asking about film and photo permit. Well, I'm going to tell you this right flat out. I haven't got a frickin' clue because I've never had to do it. No, hey, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I'll tell you. I'll give you the honest answers. And film and photo permit, yes, that's you can get that. I believe it's through economic development. But other than that, like, I've never had to do it. Anytime that I'm flying in special little places, I use my Mavic Mini, and it's for non-commercial use. So to be honest, I've never had to do that. So, but it's you'd have to ask. Probably one of the best people I could recommend. Talk to Arden, because he's done it many a time, and I know there's definitely other people in the group that fly commercially, and especially in film and television. But I can't answer that. How about you, Lonnie?
I would ask Leo.
Leo's the one that asked.
I know. No, I have no idea anything about any of that stuff. So
yeah,
fly for fun.
So, yeah, and you are right on that, Matt. If you are flying for commercial purposes, then yes, you need your filming permit, right? But if it's for private stuff, then actually no, you're right. You don't need the permit. That's why I use the Mini, and that's my stuff's all private. I do not do any commercial work because flat out I'm retired and I don't want to work. I've been offered a ton of jobs for flying drones, but I'm done working. All the stuff I do is just for my own enjoyment, period. So, and oh man, Matt, you got just a ton of questions. Get on here.
Yeah, you might as well come and talk. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Arden would probably know on that. And he'd I was hoping that we could get him on the show, but who knows? He might not even be in town this week. So yeah, he basically, it's, if you're doing commercial stuff like he does, it's either feast or famine. So yeah. Yes, you are right, Yogi. That much I do know. There's lots of hoops to jump through, and especially the first time trying to figure that all out. Once you figure it out, it's not bad. Key thing is having insurance. That's a big thing that they're going to want to see, your system safety plan. What else? Your site surveys, your just a ton of stuff. But after you've done it once or twice, I'm told it's not too bad. So there you go. Yep. So and also I'll add to that, Leo, is quite often whoever you're doing the project for will also want to be on the insurance. So
most likely,
yeah. And how do you do what? sorry, Matt. A little clear on the questions. I appreciate that, but And yes, and I assume you're referring to me mentioning that you're talking about adding your
Client.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the word. Adding your client to the insurance as well. So.
Yep.
Yeah. And I think Leo just put up the answer there for Matt. Yeah, call Calgary 311.
Yeah.
Chances are they can't answer your question, but they can definitely put you in touch with somebody who can. So,
right.
Okay, I put up the link many a time, but I'll put it up one more time if you want to join. And
click on the link.
Here it comes again through the chat. You should see that. Yeah. So just click on that link and you can actually join in, and it's there. Let's get it. We're talking about possibly doing a group fly in the fall. I don't know how many people are interested. Should we put up a little poll, see if we're going to do a group fly? And if so, it'd be nice if somebody come up with some ideas on where to fly. I don't know about you guys, but a lot of the places we do group flies, I've done them so many times that I really, to be honest, I'm freaking bored of them. So if somebody's got some good spots that we can legally fly as a group, then please mention it. Yeah. Yes, and for Matt, as Yogi said, it's in the details for the episode.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. He's not seeing it in the link or in the chat.
That's strange. He should be. So.
Yeah. Don't know.
But,
new places to fly would be good. Like I say, over the years, they get stale, right?
Yeah.
So,
a few weeks ago, they closed down
McKinnon.
Yes, McKinnon Flats got closed down a few weeks ago. They're totally redoing the road. When I was down there, what was it? A couple of weeks ago, when we were still doing the SAR work. I got informed that they'll be closing at the end of that week, which is about a week ago now, or 2 weeks. So yeah, that's just FYI. Anybody goes down to McKinnon Flats, whether it's flying or whatever, it's now closed for the rest of the year. It won't be open until the spring. So they're doing totally new road into there. So I'd kind of like if we could get a group fly probably within next few weeks, because there's going to be just awesome fall colors out there.
Yeah.
And the thing being is, if you haven't been around Calgary for long, fall colors don't last long, So
you're lucky if you get a week.
Yeah, no kidding. Like I've been going out almost every day, and today is the first time I've done any pictures in almost 2 weeks, and it kills me. So I've been I'm more of a photographer than a videographer, and between the smoke and the weather and everything going on, I haven't had a chance. So
yeah. He's just seeing the Dropbox link. I'm not sure what that is.
Huh? Shouldn't see that. No. Okay.
No idea.
Sorry, Matt.
Don't know what to say.
Yeah. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to just bear with me for a second, folks. Lonnie, take it away.
Hey, where are we going? Like I was saying,
I'm just going to
new locations while you're doing what you're doing. It would be nice for anybody that, like you said, that has somewhere different than the usual places we go to. I know for myself, I find myself traveling a little bit further outside the city to different places and whatever. I don't mind that, but I know a lot of people don't like to drive too far. But I tell you, you get on some of those back roads out west, and it's pretty nice out around there, kind of northwest and west of Calgary. It's pretty nice. So, but like you said, Lauren, if anybody's got any places, post them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I'll check anything out.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. I see what he's posted there.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to figure it out tonight.
No.
I'm too old, ugly, and lazy to figure it out and not try. So.
Yeah.
But. So we got any other questions, guys? Group fly, yeah. So let's think about it. Probably not going to be this weekend, but let's think about it for next weekend. If anybody's got any suggested locations, kind of post it in the group. Let us know. And kind of a bombshell I'm going to drop here at the moment is this is going to be our last broadcast for a couple of weeks now. Quite frankly, I've been on 4 to 5 shows every week for the last 6 or 8 months. I'm going through a little bit of a burnout, and plus I'm working on some projects I'm not at liberty to talk about at the moment. So, but I've got some projects that I'm working on that are going to keep me busy. So, to be honest, I'm not going to have time to do the shows. We will pick those up. And in a couple of weeks, we'll start redoing the shows. So stay tuned for the announcement in the groups.
So everybody's got 2 weeks to come up with some good topics.
Yeah, exactly. And can group fly be organized around a small town with grain elevators? Yeah, absolutely. If you want to organize it, hey, I don't have to be the guy to always organize it. If somebody wants to organize a group flight, hey, please go ahead and do it. Just, say to the group, look, we're going to go flying here. How many people want to come? Yeah. I highly, highly encourage people to do that. It gives you a chance to socialize. Just remember your social distancing. And we want everybody to stay safe and happy and alive.
Yep.
That's always a good thing. But anytime anybody wants to organize a group fly, please go ahead. If you've got any suggestions for any small towns, I've got one that I like to fly, but it requires special permission from the town. But they're pretty good about it, mainly because they've had me do their promotional pictures and videos for them for the last 3 years. So. But most people don't want to drive that far because it's a little over a 2-hour drive. So,
yeah,
and I don't think most people want to do that. But if you can think of something, sure, go for it.
Mm-hmm.
But anything you'd like to mention in closing there, Lonnie?
No, I don't think so. Like I said, if we're going to have a couple of weeks break here for people to post some topics they like discussed it in the next show, that'd be great. If you're going out flying, post her in the group there. Say, hey, going out flying over here. Anybody want to come? Right? This is where what time I'm gonna be there. And you'd be surprised how many people join you.
Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Unless you like flying alone, but which sometimes actually I do, and then there's other times it's good to socialize. Like if I'm working on something serious, I kind of get a tunnel vision when I'm flying, and it's kind of like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm flying. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no, I don't mind. I shouldn't say I don't mind. I love having the camaraderie of fellow flyers. So, but
group flies are fun.
You betcha.
Yep.
Anyway, in the meantime, that's going to be it for us, and we will see you on the show in a couple of weeks. If not, we will chat with you maybe at a group fly or whatever. But
sounds good.
Once I'm done the special project and stuff, we'll have her back on the air.
Sounds good.
In the meantime, And in between time.
That's it. Another.
That's all, folks.